Well, we got a new Marvel trailer today. The trailer for the Fantastic Four First Steps, MCU's first Fantastic Four movie, came out. This is actually the fourth version of the Fantastic Four, the first one actually being a Roger Corman production, which may or may not have just been made for licensing issues. It was never released, but there's certainly copies out there. The next one, of course, was the Tim Story directed two movies. And Gaffard, I think that's his name, Jessica Alba, guy from The Shield, I forgot his name, and of course Chris Evans as the Human Torch. They did two movies. The third version being the Josh Trank flat out abomination failure. So now we have the fourth version with Pedro Pascal, who I sort of have questioning whether he's properly cast as Reed Richards. Vanessa Kirby's, of course, playing Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman. Joseph Quinn, who we know from as Eddie from Stranger Things, is Johnny Storm. And Eben Moss Bachrach, I think that's his name. He's most well known from being on the TV show The Bear, which is actually a pretty good show that you should watch. So yeah, let's. I've seen this a couple times and I got some thoughts on it, but let's go through and see what happens.
Welcome to the Baxter Building.
We make a point to do family dinner every week. Sunday.
I don't know what's going on here. It kind of feels like it's like giving a tour for the Baxter Building. It's like they're doing an interview or something. But I do like the aesthetic. We got this late 50s, early 60s idea of what the future looks like. It's kind of cool. It's kind of retro. And it fits for when the FF first premiered back in 1963. Was it 63? I think so.
7 on the dot, no matter what. We're all here.
Still got that little retro vibe going. The Baxter Building looks cool. I think the Baxter Building looks cool.
Herbie, how's that sauce coming? Yeah, I'll be the judge.
All right, so we got Ben Grimm here, and he looks real good. I think we actually have what looks like Ben Grimm. Herbie, I know he's a character which has been in the comics before, but I actually thought he began on the cartoon series back, I think it was the 1960s Fantastic Four cartoon series, where they didn't want Johnny Storm because they're afraid kids would catch on fire, light themselves on fire. Maybe that's an urban legend. I seem to remember it. This scene is kind of weird here.
Okay. Okay. Is this guy good or what? I want to add a couple cloves of garlic. Not because it's not delicious. I just want to.
Again, it looks pretty good. I actually don't mind the costume. I think the costume has that nice retro vibe. What's unnerving to me is Ben Grimm's voice. It too much sounds like the actor himself. I think it needs to go through some processing to make it sound a little gravelly. Just give it a little bit of a grumble. So that his voice changed. He's rock now. So I think it should happen. It's also weird that we're doing this cooking scene. Not much action otherwise throughout the whole trailer, but we have this little bit focusing on the cooking scene, probably a callback to the actor's role on The Bear.
A little bit of zip, okay?
Now, someone pointed this out. I missed this, but if you look on the right over Reed's shoulder, you can see this weird little thing here, this little U-shaped thing. It's actually really tough to see, but someone pointed out, they went through and did a close-up that says another universe. So it looks like maybe he's investigating, parallel universes, keeping in line with the multiverse saga that the MCU has been trying to do. Also, I noticed in the back corner there, you see the astronaut uniforms they used to wear.
Before we went up the first time.
And that's them going up the first time. That's a nice, cool retro thing. It does very much feel like the way, actually kind of reminds me of like a Buck Rogers or Flash Gordon type rocket, but that aesthetic, the 1950s, 60s aesthetic.
Ben wasn't a rock.
The best pilot in the world right here.
Yeah. Best looking, he means.
I really do like the style they have for Ben Grimm, the small nose. I think it's pretty well done. Even the exaggerated eyebrows, it looks pretty good. I'll say that's pretty good. The flame effect looks pretty good.
Ben
Looks
has
pretty good
always been
also.
a rock. Johnny is Johnny.
Hi.
Yeah.
I am right
There's
here.
forest fields. Yeah, of course you
Whatever life
lost.
throws at us.
There's no air, dude. Of course you're gonna lose it.
Face it together.
I hear what's coming up next looks pretty good. Fantastic car, that looks cool. That looks cool, the Fantastic car. Probably got some work to do on the effects, but, not bad. All right, I got to back that up real quick. That's Malkovich. That's John Malkovich. Apparently, he's playing a character called Red Ghost, who do not remember to save my life, despite the fact I have read Fantastic Four in the 80s, primarily when John Byrne was writing and illustrating. I think he got powers somehow similar to the Fantastic Four going into space. I don't remember all of it. Now, of course, this is Galactus. This looks good. It's faithful to the storyline. You can even see previously here, see the shadow of Galactus overriding everything. I think it's a good look. Also interesting, you get to see some of the New York City here. I mean, you got the Empire State Building in the center, but look on the left side here, these weird little towers. Definitely a different universe, definitely that retro futuristic vibe. It looks decent.
As a family.
And look, they got the look right. I think they got the look right. The costumes look very 1960s. The style of the logo looks very 60s. I don't know what First Steps mean as a title though. So overall, I think it was actually kind of good. I think it's not a bad trailer. It doesn't tell you much, but I think if the goal is to get across a feeling of what type of world it's going to be, I think it's effective at that. I don't know that this necessarily makes me want to go see it. Like, oh God, I got to see this. This is the next Marvel thing. Certainly it's not giving me like Infinity War vibes or Cap, Civil War, or Winter Soldier, nothing like that. But it looks pretty good. I think so far what they've put together looks okay. It still is a matter of how well it translates to the screen. This is the fourth attempt for a live action Fantastic Four cast. We'll have to see if they actually can get it put together. But this looks okay. Not dynamic, but it looks okay. Questions, comments, witticisms down below. Click all those good buttons, and we'll see you guys next time.